Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see. I think I would. Let's see how it feels. Welcome, welcome. Let me quickly open the stream again. Perfect. All right. I hope everyone is doing great today. Couple of smaller things today that I want to get done. One is a bug fix that I encountered when running the engine on an NVIDIA GPU. Well, I already knew that there were validation errors. I found the issue. We're going to fix that one. We cannot really verify it because I don't have a NVIDIA GPU on the machine I'm streaming from. But I verified the fix already in the afternoon on a machine. So we just have to replicate it. And then we are good to go. And it's actually something interesting. It's about the swap chain. And in particular about a thing that I did, which probably doesn't make a lot of sense in hindsight anyways, because it seems like it's not needed. I'm not sure why I added it. I bet there was a reason, but for now we will remove it. If we need it, we bring it back. But it seems like it works fine without it. So basically we had a semaphore that we were signaling every time the present was done. But we don't really need that with the timeline semaphores, because those already take care of that anyways. So I think it's obsolete. At least it was working fine on the NVIDIA GPU without it. Let's see if AMD is happy as well. So in the present thread, we as well need to get rid of that core. Which is good, I think, because that completely removes the... Okay, not completely. We still have the swap chain, which is kinda unfortunate. We didn't wrap the swap chain away currently. It's raw Vulkan 1. We eventually need to do that if we want to have DirectX. But yeah, let's see if that builds. I as well did a couple of fixes yesterday after the stream, but not really interesting ones, I would say. Let me bring over the repository. So what I did is I mostly fixed stuff on the... Because, yesterday Velar helped out, right? He created a pull request for some fixes for GCC. And he as well mentioned that it's not fully done, but better than before. And it built with his, but with warnings. So I went ahead and did the rest. So I fixed all the GCC warnings. Except for one, which I intentionally left in because it's something I'm working on anyways right now. So it's related to the terrain stuff. So I thought like we can leave that one in for now because it will change. Anyways, before it goes into def and main. But yeah, we have... Oops. Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. And then I was like, I will fix that one thing. And then I looked at the clock and then suddenly it was 1:30. It somehow happened, what can I say? But the cool thing is we have now... Yeah, if I go here, we now have 4 builds. Before we had 2, right? We had only Clang release and Clang debug. And now we build as well on GitHub on every submit GCC debug and release. We still don't do Windows intentionally. Because it's a little bit more expensive on the compute units for the budget. And I think we can do it as long as I'm working mostly alone on it. We will never run out of the compute metrics, I think. So yeah, we spent 400 minutes. Do I see the time frame? Or is that showing data from... current months, okay. And we are mid... Well, then we are good to go. I think you have 2003 minutes. So we are not really close. I mean, we only added the second build, right? So, yeah. Let's see. I think we could add Windows without problems. Because the thing is, if it runs out of 3 minutes, we just don't have a CI/CD anymore for the rest of the month, which is not a big deal, but yeah. So yeah, we have that, and I did not close that issue yet because yeah, it's technically not fixed yet, so because we still have one warning and I would want to enable warnings as errors on Linux. That was actually an oversight. I thought that W all does that, but it seems like you need a separate flag. I think it was, I googled it yesterday, it was W something. Let me check again. Is it W error? Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, it's a -W error. W extra does some additional. It converts some warnings into errors. But W error is, it seems like, the one that converts every warning into error. Or treats them as errors. And if I remember correctly, I don't have that flag in my CMake. Yeah. So we would need a W error here, I think. And that should enable it as warning, as error. But I'm not doing that because it will break the build pipeline right now, which because of that one issue that I kept in. So we will do that once I fix it. The one issue is just that I have a working change on the file, so I don't want to change it. I could revert the changes, do the change, commit it, and then bring back my file again, I guess. But it's really not a big deal. Alright, so what I wanted to do anyways, a little bit sidetracked again, is so I tested it today on a NVIDIA machine. It basically has the same error where we crash with in a compute shader. I don't know which one yet. Exactly. Yeah, I don't think I want to add W extra. I'm not sure what it adds. I would need to look at the list that it adds. Maybe there is something meaningful there that it can be added. But I want to at least that it's more or less the same between all compilers. And currently MSVC is actually the most strict one because there I enabled the warnings as errors. And unfortunately there are some annoying ones that I might want to turn off, but then again as well, I kind of like it that it's that pedantic. So if I don't use a parameter, right, it complains that it's unused, which sometimes already showed me some stuff that like I did that was like nonsensical, right? So the errors are sometimes good. Okay, do we have validation errors? No, right? But I cannot click anymore. What? That definitely worked better on the Nvidia GPU. How come that worked on the Nvidia GPU? Close that. Maybe I fixed it wrong. Oh no, wait, there's one more. No, there is not one more thing, right? Graphics API. Why did that break? I hate it so much. Why is that not the view that I want suddenly in my reshopper? God damn it. Yeah, I think I need... Why? Oh yeah, so we need to change that, and that. Wait, that was any... I mean, maybe there was a different issue actually. Huh. I think that will fix it again, but why did I do it like that even to begin with? Why did I wait on the same value of the graphics timeline? Bizarre. But I think now it should work. Hopefully. Yeah. And we don't have any validation errors, so that works. And we don't need that present semaphore. I'm not quite sure why I added it to begin with. But whatever. Let's submit that. So it's this one where we get rid of it. And then... no, well, yes. Stage. Can I not just... why? Sometimes I can and sometimes I can't stage individual lines. I really don't understand this tool. Let's see, maybe Git Kraken is better in that sense. I installed that yesterday because I think I'm getting slowly... I don't know if anyone has a better tool. Let me know. Because I am not proficient enough at Git to use the command line, to be honest. In the games industry, Git is not a thing. So I really only use it for my personal stuff. So I am by no means a Git professional or whatever, or Git expert. So I would only want to... Can I stage this line? Stage this line. Oh, that's beautiful. Man. That's exactly what I wanted. Why does the stupid thing not support that? Yeah, we can as well stage this line. Oh, well, stage hunk, I guess. Oh, that's beautiful. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. I guess I have to now do it because probably I've bricked it by doing a weird thing. So how do I... Yes, so this one and... Perfect. And then here... We actually... Do I press this? Oh, yes. I don't want that. Why not? Stage it. I think... I think we want to stage that. Well, no, not really, for now. We don't need any of that. Did we forget something? Probably hopefully not. Doesn't look like it. I think that might be everything. Fixed validation error for swap chain. Sent on NVIDIA. Extension. All right. What is that? Is it an AI bot? Can I generate my commit message by AI? Things that the universe doesn't need. Alright, so we have fixed that. And now let's add the shader stuff. It should be fairly straightforward actually, and then we will probably run into the GPU crashes again and we can hopefully see some info. Because I did crash and I tried to do it with Inside Aftermath. But again, it didn't show me the shader because it didn't have any binaries or source. Because my engine currently doesn't provide that. And you think, why would it not provide the source? The binary is kind of obvious that you might not provide. The source is kind of weird, right? Because you should have shader sources. The reason being is that if we go to, well, I have it here. If we go to one of my shaders, it's not a GLSL shader straight up. It's a combination of, I mean, this is a bad example because it's a compute shader, but we always have the vertex and fragment shader in one file. And based on that, I create the fragment and vertex shader GLSL files, and those are only generated in memory currently. So I need to basically add the step where I have the source code that I sent to compile. I need to write it out to disk as well. And then once we compiled, we write out the binary as well. So that would be the plan. So basically we need to go to the shader compiler. Let's remove all of that. Or is that already too late? No, that's not too late, right? I'm not sure what that does. Is that where we pull in the includes probably? Okay. So I guess we have that. Okay, and here on successful compile. Well, we don't need to comment that. Yeah, we don't need to comment that. We just do a is retear, right? Because we don't need to do that in retear. So the idea would be that, where do we call that? Because we have already, oh yeah, something like that, right? Shader cache path. Okay, yeah. Actually, why is it like that and not? I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? But why isn't it like that? And then we do basically that plus that, right? Minor thing. Is there a get for path? Yeah, but we might even do probably that would make more sense. We will do that in the shader compiler for now. Here we will do it like that. So we get the temp directory from file system. Can I have a path relative? Can I get? I guess it doesn't exist. Unfortunate. Wait, we as well have this function. Where is it again? Ah, that's just... Yeah, we need to... I shouldn't be the shader cache actually that creates that. It should be in the shader compiler, which we currently don't have. Oh, we don't even have a... Yeah, we need to change that. Well, actually, we can do it on demand. Fuck it. So if that, and let's do here... don't even need namespace for that. Might as well get rid of that. No need for that. And then we do a const expr. Actually, we probably could do a string view here. Yeah. Temp. What is it called in the shader cache? Just shader cache path. Temp shader source path. Or shader source temp path, maybe. And that one is in temp / that shaders / source. And then we do another shader binary. Right, and then we have the shaders, which is a shader cache. Yeah, perfect. So we have those. And then let's not do that. Let's do the file paths. So we do const string view. Or does it need to be const? Probably. Yeah, I mean, we can do it. Shader source path. Is that misleading, maybe? Yeah, let's do export. Maybe, to be a little bit more clear here. File system path, get full path to, well, actually, not yet. Format. Because yeah, we want the path, and then we want the shader type, and then we want the extension and stuff like that. So the first thing is, of course, our shader source temp path. The next one is I mean, here there is GLSR that shouldn't be allow different shader language. Right. And then we do here, that is basically source path stem. Well, actually, yeah, source, oh, actually source part file name. Then we do a dot. And we do here another one, which is shader stage. Which will be vertex fragment compute, blah, blah, blah. right? And then let's get that path. So we do const fire system fire path. Is fire system path get full path of that export path. Then we do Onyx file. I can't really know anymore how exactly that works. But we will probably find it out. Let's go to shader cache because there we do it already. I just get a stream or what? Yeah, I just get the stream. And I think this one we want to be text. And then we stream write. Do I do write raw or write? Maybe write raw. Because I think the other one will do some garbage. Shader source. Well, actually pre-processed shader, right? Data and size. Or was the write raw for a string view? Of course not. God damn it. And this one does something stupid, right? Yeah, exactly. It writes the size, which is not what we want. So that should do that one. That's actually extracted into a method. Export shader file. I don't know. Where did you put it? God damn it. It's not what I wanted. And that's definitely as well not what I want. So this one is basically pre-processed source. And yeah. Now we do that, path, that, and then file system open mode. That should be fine. Although, hold on, actually, we don't need that. Because I think actually we need it different anyways. But it's maybe a little bit better like that, I don't know. Actually, let's do it different. Let's not do that. Let's actually keep it here. So this is, let's do it like that. Or actually the Onyx file, how about we add that? So we take a string view. Mount path. To indicate that this is a mounting point one. God damn it, please IntelliSense. Thank you. We more or less do the same thing, except for this one is file path. I think that's even bigger anyways, right? How big is that thing? Yeah. So we want it anyways sorted like that. Because then we can do one thing, which is here. File system get where path, get full path of mount path, and then this is basically the... I'm not sure why I did... I think I know why I did that back in the day. To be consistent, we still do it like that. It's a little bit wrong though. We shouldn't do that. But that basically allows me to do that. And then this is a little bit nicer to read. And then we do export shader source file. Shader source file. Shader source file stream. Perfect. Now we copy that, take that, export shader binary. I need to do a little more than that though in the end, but let's keep that. Shader binaries. So that's fine. This then goes away. And I would say spur v is fine here as a file ending. That's not how we write spur v file extension, right? Well, actually, it's never mind spur v. All right. Another binary. Then this is. Is there an overload for that? Right size force, right? So we just dumped the array data. All right. And then we do another thing, which is if file path, file path, file system path. Can I call it like that? No. Temp directory. If that is false, then I'm so used from work now that I do this. It's almost bizarre. I don't know which one I actually like. It's another one of those where I potentially try to change it, but then I regret it, and similar to the underscore m underscore. Path, create directory, temp directory. Is that what? I hate it so much. Windows, I hate you. It's insane. That makes more sense, right? But yeah, at work, at the current project I work, the style is no space here, so the parentheses at the if, but then every parenthesis, like every inside part of the parentheses needs like one space. So you do it like this, right? Which I can kind of see that it adds a little bit of readability, but it can go really bad as well if you have like a lot of parentheses nested. But yeah, I don't know. Always, all those styles have like pros and cons, right? None of them are really perfect. It's the same that I do this, right? Which some people are like, why would you do that? Why are you not doing the exclamation mark at the front? But for me, I spent like once a good day. I mean, it was very early on in my programming career in games, but still I spent a day hunting a bug that then boiled down to actually just having this, and you did like when you scanned the code, and multiple coworkers as well helped out on the bug and they didn't spot it as well. So yeah, it boiled down that there was an exclamation mark and we were interpreting the code the wrong way. So from that, we all agreed that in future we will do it like this on the project. And then it kind of stuck with me. And I saw some other people at Ubisoft as well, like some way smarter people than me as well doing it like that. So that kind of reinforced me, even though I came up with that before going to Ubisoft, or like me and my coworkers at the time came up with that before I joined Ubisoft, based on the bug. So yeah. It kind of stuck with me, even though you have to type more, but it feels like more explicit. Alright, so how can I fix that? I had that this exact thing was actually in Ubisoft as well, that we had a function. It was not create director, it was something else that is overridden like that, like defined like that. And then in the debugger it actually showed the blah 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 a function. I think it was file. It was something with time or something like that. It's bizarre. I think it was current time, get current time or something like that. I think it's the same. Yeah. Exactly, this one. Which then converts it to get tick count, and suddenly the function in the profiler was called get tick count, which it's not. But yeah, it was funny to debug. So how do I do that now? But why is that even an issue? Where do I include? Where do I include Windows so that this happens? Hmm. Anyone a good idea how to prevent that without doing an undef? Yeah, no, I agree. But the thing is, it's so hard to miss, right? Because I think in that case where that we had it, it started here with an I as well, and then it was like I something, and then it kinda blurred with each other, or was it maybe an L? I think it might have been an L, which then yeah, it kind of blurred with each other, so we didn't spot it too easy. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you get used to it. You get used to it. But I agree. It is a bit of a thing. Why do you think this is a thing? Somewhere we need to be including this, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense that you would do that, right? File API. Is that because of Onyx file? Do I even need that still? No, I don't think so, right? I think I can get rid of... That will horribly fail, maybe. It might actually fail. Never mind, we leave that. Um, hmm. Not quite sure where it gets included from. I'm not sure why it would always do that, but that's just the beauty of macros, I guess. Do I maybe need to include path? No. Anyone smart enough to figure that out, how I can prevent that? Oh, except for renaming the function, which I really hate. Stack Overflow fighting with Windows API macros is a losing battle. Yeah, I mean, I could. Can I do that here? No, right? On def? I need to do it at the top, right? Oh, no, actually I can. Kind of a hack because thank you, Windows. But as it's only... No, that's the whole thing, right? As soon as I... It's not spot, like, it's not scope specific, right? It's not just in this CPP, it's now undefed for everything, or? How does that work? That one is something I don't really am too familiar with. Is that now undefined for everything in the project, or just in that file? Oh, it might only be... It might only be undefined in that file. Yeah, but to anything below in that object file, or? Because, I mean, they are not... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Which is fine for me. I mean, it would be potentially a problem if we have a Unity build eventually, which we don't. But then again, I don't think I'm even using it anywhere. So I can undefine it, I think. But whatever, let's leave it. So that should create it, and then that's that. Windows is awesome with their macros. Really, I love macros, not... Actually, wait, there's something funny as well I wanted to show, if I find it. Is it this? God damn it. No, that's not it. Or can I find it if I go to the directory? I guess not. Because there's something funny in the source code of that VK cube that I recently saw. Can I find that maybe if I look for it in the VK cube source? Where is it? Is it here? Oh, come on. Where is the main function in this hit as long fire? Okay, I can't find it. I don't know. Probably not the official one. I will try to find it for next stream. It's a very funny comment in the official Vulkan samples. Alright, so we should... Not okay. Really, you don't like that? Wait, that is actually garbage path anyways. It has to be engine / debug, I think. Hello, Captain Chica. Onyx source data. Yeah, debug keyboard. Yes. By the way, I peeked the at Wayland window creation. Oh god, it seems to be so complicated. Was bigger than your Windows implementation. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sucks. How can Euro or American Truck Simulator still not need Vulkan to render anything? I don't know. Write them an angry mail. I think we are not exporting. Build temp shaders exactly. So what we need to do is probably wipe the cache and pray that we implemented it correctly. That we export. Yeah, I mean, again, the plan might be to just at that point where I want to support Linux, switch to glfw. Because again, it's yeah, as you said, it's kind of pain. Well, that is unfortunate. That didn't really work. Sad. Let's see what comes out here. And then out here, basically. Because that one, yeah, it should be. So let's clear the cache again. Where is my delete button? That's not the delete button. That was the delete button. God damn it, I had a brain lag. I mean, oh, okay, it's called oshader.compute. Wait, I thought file name is just the file name. What? Is it not? Is it stem? Returns the generic format file name component. Okay, yeah, I think. Okay, I need stem, not path. Okay. Stem. And then. Oh no, we don't need anything here. looked at this guy. Now let me first debug. Okay. Why would... Because I'm stupid. Wait, isn't that how it should be? Oh no, that was actually fine, I think. Does that now... Why do we not write anything? Sad. Shouldn't you work? Unless... we should have checked that, right? If we're a valid stream or not. Oh wait, we do another... But I think that might be a problem. So in that case, let's get rid of that. Ah, that's not very consistent, which is a bit of a shame. But let's do it like that then. On Linux, it's mostly about figuring out libraries that you need to link against. That is kinda true. Wait, no, actually... Yeah, but I hate what I did here. God damn it. That's so stupid. Why did I do it like that? I really dislike what I did there. Okay, so we open. Do we need to? Okay, so we are in, right? We are out, yeah. Oh, is it because we are not? Yes, it is. We need to do more. So if that directory doesn't exist, we as well, we should do all of them. So if the... Yeah, that one. If that doesn't exist, we do this one plus GLSR. And that creates it recursively, right? I think it does. I think it does. We will find out. And then if that one doesn't exist, temp binaries directory temp source directory. Let's move that here. Yeah, but it was a child directory. Because I created only the shader source, but underneath it I do a GLSL and I forgot that one. So now I pass in the GLSL, right? Because I have it here. That's actually const expr. String view, shader language. Not that I support any other shader language right now, but yeah. Well, unfortunate. Oh wait, I mean that kinda makes sense. Well, until it didn't anymore. Which is kinda sad. Or maybe actually it did make sense. Okay, let's do that. That's pretty slow, but okay. I mean, we don't want to do that anyways. Where's my shader cache? Okay, so that worked. We just need to make it lowercase. That's fine. The binary didn't work, which is funny. Oh, because I'm stupid. Opened the wrong one. Okay, let's do a helper function here. String view. Get shader extension. Shader stage. God damn it. Typing is hard. Please generate all of them. Thank you. So that one. And all go in here. And we assert invalid shader stage passed. Alright. And oh, we might as well do enums 2-string stage. Perfect. Then here return bird. I said remove, thank you. Okay. Return brag. Comp. And let's not hard code that. Let's hard code it. It's fine. I think it's fine. All right, so we do that. Now the only question is, why is my data cache not working anymore? Because that suddenly disappeared into thin air. Temp shaders cache slash that. Am I stupid? Or blind? I mean, both of it is possible. But where is my cache for that? What? Oh, but okay, yeah, that's fine. Where do we save it? Here. Which one is that? Oh, that is already the... Did I break my... When was that added? Oh no, maybe I added it here, right? When I did the... Okay, now I'm this close to changing it. Well, how many times are we calling this? Quite a... I mean, this one is obsolete. Okay, I think what I will do is get rid of that. If it's a file path, we do it as is. Otherwise here we do get full path. That should fix it. Hopefully. It might break some stuff, but let's see. In theory it should work as before. Not quite happy with that. Okay, maybe not. Shouldn't you be fine now? What? Yeah. Oh, is it that we... Okay, maybe I just broke. Maybe I broke that. Yeah, I did. Of course I did. Temp file exists. Oh, okay. Yeah. Const file path. Temp, well, shader cache directory. That should actually only be done in retail anyway, non-retail anyways. Okay, a couple of smaller fixes here and there. I guess I broke my shader cache someone, which is funny. Not so funny actually, but... Ah, there we are. Beautiful. Let's actually kill it. Do one more clean. And then let's see what we do with crashing. And I need to download the AMD software for it. But I think we have everything in place now. So we have the source here, which I forgot to change the extensions, it seems like. Yeah. Get shader extension, shader stage. Or just stage. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't really matter for now though. That should be HLSR more or less. I mean, okay, that was a bad example. Grid fragment. It has some ugly spaces, but whatever. I could deal with that, but yeah, that's like valid GLSR from the preprocessor. That hopefully works. Not sure if there is an easy way to make this beautiful, that export, but I think it doesn't matter. I want to though get it nicer than what it is, so I want to get the nice extensions. Because why not? Okay, cool. Oh, where? Yeah. Shouldn't that be return? Should that not fix it, or is C++ not smart enough? No, it should know that it's order. Of course not. Then let's do it like that. Beautiful. I mean, we have quite some fires here. I know that in Snowdrop at Ubisoft, they grouped it then as well for Vertex, and so they did have the source right. But then, oh, actually, that is a problem. Actually, we need to do a little bit more. Actually, we need to do a bit more. Because we need to create a subfolder for the spur V's at least. Or we do a dot. We could do that. Const string view stage extension or stage string. Done here before where the stem, and then we do the stage string, and then we do the, because otherwise we override the vertex shader with the pixel shader binary. So now we should be good. So now we have the source, and we have frag, word, and compute. And then in binary we have, yeah, word frag spur v's for all of them. I might do a subfolder for them eventually, so that we have like probably up here in binary we branch first into vertex and fragment and compute, and then we have GLSL, HLSL. Or we branch at the top. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, right? But it would be nice so that it's a little bit more separated and you don't have to have like all of them in one. Alright, so let's get the tool. AMD GPU something. Crash. Analyzer. There, GPU detective. I was like, it was something. I didn't want to say it was detective because I was not sure anymore. But yeah. And unfortunately, because AMD as always is a little bit behind, it feels like, I cannot include that into the project because inside Aftermath you can have an SDK in your executable to basically save out dumps. But you cannot do that with AMD, it seems like. Not that you need to do it with Inside Aftermath. If you have Inside Aftermath installed, you can set it up as well to do full-on dump basically on all the applications, or like register for all the applications, but I already had it. Never mind. Wait, that was not something I had to install? Where did I put them then? Everything. Ah, here. Open path. And let's delete the thing I did again, but downloaded it a second time, which was kinda useless. God, I need to clean up my downloads directory. That looks horrible again. Developer panel. Let's open that one. I have no idea. Crash analysis. Cool. Why? Do I need to run as admin? No. Why? Guess we need to read some documentation. You know, at the office I installed Inside Aftermath and it just worked. It's so fun. I never did that, but I don't know. Run RD developer panel. If it's not available, what do I do? Is that the whole documentation? Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's so nice that they say that and they don't tell you where it actually is in the registry. God damn it. Okay. Local machine system. Current control set. Control. Okay, cool. Weird error. Graphic drivers. Stop it, please. Okay, it's not there. So I didn't do anything. AMD documentation. And now? What? Oh no, man. Why is it so hard on AMD always? Radeon developer panel. I ran that and it just doesn't work. I am so disappointed yet again by AMD. And it doesn't even tell you why it's not available. It's the best part about it. It just says, nope, not gonna happen. Okay, maybe I need to... Okay, whatever. What did I just do? What? I clicked load, crash analysis, and it just disappeared. Oh my god. Kill me. Or no, is it now that? Is it... Does it happen? Why does it need to always be exceptionally difficult on AMD? Load crash analysis. I like that it says DXC shader PDB bar paths, even though I would want to have a... Let's see, maybe with Inside Aftermath, the only thing I did is I crashed and I could open it. Who takes bets that this doesn't work with NVIDIA, with AMD? I'm taking bets because I don't trust it at all. Of course it didn't work. Why would it? If I wouldn't have been gifted this graphics card, and it's like top-notch graphics card, I would throw it out the window and buy an NVIDIA card. Because it just works out of the box without any problems to debug stuff. And why does it not tell me why they have... Why is there no Java? Is it here in the logs? Okay, yeah, it is probably. Okay. I like it. Crash analysis enabled the feature crash analysis. Okay. Sure. And then crash analysis ignored the feature crash analysis. What? I mean, it's not in order, right? So that this is afterwards, but what the hell? Okay. Take a deep breath. I got this actually to connect once already. But I have no idea how I did it, to be honest. Because when we had the performance issue with the terrain, I did play around with this and I got it to work. But yeah. I already said yes to that. Whatever. I am so annoyed. I thought it would be easy, but here no, why would it be? Okay, let's try to first get the capture on again. I have really no idea how I did it, but somehow I made it work. Applications will appear once they are added to the Irrlicht. Maybe I don't need to do exe. I don't know. The panel will auto-detect. Sure it will. It really works great, guys. Heat is growing. Okay, how to get my work on application in... What is this shitty tool called? Radeon Developer Panel. Radeon Developer Panel. Let's read the AI, why not? I'm that desperate. Okay, we did that. We did all of that. Really? No, don't tell me it's that. If that's the case, then this is the worst thing I've ever... No, I can't believe. What? Why? Why do I need to start this program before I start my application? And does it only... What? Does it only look for this? I don't know. I have no idea how and why, but okay. That's insane. Okay, now I cannot change or what? What about I didn't even want to start profiling? Okay, can I stop that again? Crash analysis. Please connect. Okay. We are there.